Imagine this. Your family's financial future is on the line, and one wrong move could cost you everything. The military life comes with plenty of challenge, but managing your money shouldn't be one of them. Before you make these costly mistakes, let's dive into the top financial pitfalls that military families often fall into, and how you can avoid them before it's too late and your financial future is derailed. Military families, you've got a mission ahead. Deployments, relocations, and those unpredictable moves that shake up your life. But what about your finances? If you're not prepared, these 5 common missteps could knock you down when you least expect it. Today, we're breaking down the biggest financial mistakes military families make, and trust me, if you don't have a plan in place, you could be setting yourself up for major setbacks that could hurt your future. I'm also going to reveal a simple yet powerful strategy that should be the first thing every military family does to secure their financial future, and it doesn't involve paying off loans. Trust me, it's a game changer. Mistake number 1. Not adjusting your budget after a move. Let me hit you with a scenario. You're moving from Korea to Washington, D.C., or maybe Mississippi to San Diego. The cost of living in places like D.C. or California can be a major shock to your wallet if you don't reassess your financial priorities. With each PCS, you've got to recalibrate, adjust your budget for your new base, your new location, and the rising expenses. If you don't, you'll be left in a financial foxhole. Take the Johnsons, for example. They moved from Fort Campbell to San Diego and didn't adjust their budget for the higher living costs. Within a few months, they were struggling just to pay rent and eat out. It wasn't until they took a step back and reevaluated their finances that they were able to stabilize. Adjusting their budget saved them from a financial mess they didn't see coming. Are you properly adjusting your budget when life changes? Because if you're not, it's time to take a hard look. Now, let's talk about missing out on financial benefits. Are you leaving money on the table? Mistake number 2, not utilizing the financial benefits available to you. The military offers so many perks: the thrift savings plan, education assistance, healthcare, and more. But too many military families are leaving money on the table because they're not maximizing their benefit. Think about it. Going into a firefight without armor, that's what you're doing when you don't take full advantage of the financial tools at your disposal. You wouldn't go on a mission without your gear, so don't leave those benefits on the field. Get organized, know what's out there, and make sure you're using what's yours. Are you ready to take full advantage of all the financial resources available to you? If not, what's holding you back? Now let's talk about credit management. Are you staying sharp with your credit score? Mistake number 3, ignoring credit management. As a military family, your income can be as unpredictable as a battlefield, but your credit doesn't have to be. You might be thinking, I'm active duty. I don't need to worry about credit. But guess what? A poor credit score can cost you big when you need to secure loans for cars, homes, or anything else. You gotta stay sharp. Maintaining good credit is essential for mission success. Private Walker learned this the hard way. He tried to buy a new car, but his credit was shot due to missed payments during his time overseas. His interest rate was through the roof, and he ended up paying thousands more than he should have. But don't let this happen to you. Your credit is a weapon in your financial arsenal. Use it wisely. Ever find yourself scrambling financially after a big move or deployment? You know how those sudden changes can throw everything off balance. How do you prepare yourself so you're not caught in the financial minefield? Let's talk about how to avoid these financial landmines. Are you preparing for the future or letting the present take control? Now, let's get real. Retirement is something you can't afford to put off any longer. Mistake number 4, not prioritizing retirement savings. Your military pension is a solid foundation, but it's just that, a foundation. Don't rely solely on it. You need to build your retirement savings on top of that foundation with TSP contributions, Roth IRAs, or other personal savings. The earlier you start investing, the less likely you are to get caught in a retirement ambush. Think of your future self as your greatest ally in this mission. The earlier you start, the better you'll fare when retirement comes around. Don't wait, start building that foundation now. And last but definitely not least, mistake number 5, failing to plan for long-term care. This isn't just about aging, it's about being ready for the unexpected. What if you or your spouse or even a child requires long-term care? Whether it's a military injury or just life's curveballs, long-term care insurance can save you from financial ruin. This is especially crucial for families with a disabled child or a family member with chronic health issues. Take the Martinezes. They didn't think about long-term care and ended up struggling financially when their son, who had special needs, needed round-the-clock care. With the right insurance plan in place, they could have avoided a lot of stress and financial strain. Planning for the unexpected can be your best defense. Now that we've covered those common mistakes, let's circle back to that secret strategy I promised you, building an emergency fund. This is the #1 priority for military families, yet it's something many overlook. Before you focus on paying off debt or other financial decisions, you need to get this in place first. Let me show you why. An emergency fund isn't just about saving a little extra cash. It's your financial safety net, the cushion that helps you avoid financial chaos when life throws a curveball, like a sudden move, a deployment, or an unforeseen medical bill. Having that buffer in place gives you a peace of mind to handle anything that comes your way without going deeper into debt. And here's why it's more important than paying off loans. If you don't have this safety net, every unexpected expense will derail your financial progress. Here's why it's so powerful. Without an emergency fund, every time something goes wrong, whether it's an unexpected medical bill or a job-related setback, you're forced to rely on credit cards or loans to get by. This can lead to more debt, more stress, and fewer options. But when you have an emergency fund in place, you're not just avoiding debt, you're giving yourself freedom. You can handle life's curveballs without derailing your financial progress. And once you have that safety net, everything else becomes easier. You can start paying off those loans faster, investing in your future, and making real strides toward financial freedom. Once you've built that emergency fund, you're in the driver's seat. You'll be ready to tackle the next steps, like paying off high-interest debts, investing in your retirement, or even saving for your kids' education. With a solid emergency fund, you've freed up your financial future, and you can finally breathe easily knowing you're prepared for the unexpected. This freedom gives you the peace of mind to make smarter financial decisions moving forward. So, what's your plan? If you haven't started building your emergency fund yet, make that your #1 priority today. Once you have it in place, everything else will follow naturally. It's the foundation for your financial future, and trust me, it's more powerful than you think. So all right, military families, you got the tools you need to avoid financial pitfalls, but your retirement strategy isn't something you can afford to put on the back burner. It's time to upgrade your approach in today's uncertain environment before that mission becomes a lot harder than it needs to be. I'll help you set up a retirement plan that always ensures that you're ahead of the game, right here.